What's good, XVPW universe? Well, big surprise. You guys already know who the new general manager is, but let's play a little. Let's play a little. Get to know the general manager of Best Effort Show, Travis.
Howdy, gang. Your COH owner, Mr. Travis Sparks, is here, and your soon-to-be general manager of the whole effing show.
Yeah, man. We're filming this right now in April, but it's probably gonna be aired in like July. But whatever. So, outside of that, the whole general managing, I guess we'll talk about that whenever we can. Let's get a little war stories here. When did you start COH and why did you do it?
I started COH officially in September 27th is when we put out our first ever show, 2011.
Oh wow, not too far apart.
Yeah, it's over 10 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. I still have all my shows saved. I bought a hard drive. I saved everything. I recommend that for every call, including you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I have like 2 hard drives.
The reason I started COH was that I was not supposed to do COH. I was supposed to do another Fed call YTCW, YouTube Championship Wrestling.
That's a lot of letters.
It is a lot of letters.
XVPW is like 4, but.
And I joined YTCW back in 2009. I'd say probably 2 years earlier, around the same time, fall of 09, as a commentator.
Oh, commentator.
Yeah, I was just a commentator, and that was it.
How did you do commentating back in the day?
The shows are no longer up. The owner, David, removed them.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
How did you do commentating? Like Skype?
No, he would send me the shows through Skype, and then I would commentate them and send them all the audios.
Oh, so you're a one man.
I was a one-man booth.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I got a lot of experience through that. Just to get better at it. And I was supposed to take over YTCW. Long story short, a lot of drama. That didn't happen.
Of course, always drama.
And then the people that I was supposed to work with, I never got a chance to work with some of them. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to start my own. I'll have no one telling me what to do. I'm just going to do things my way. And that was COH. So some people have said COH is the real continuation of YTCW.
How do you feel about that?
It's cool with me.
It's like the Rogue One to the A New Hope.
You could say that.
Or is it the prequels?
No. Definitely the Disney sequels.
So Call of Honor, is like, oh, I like Ring of Honor. I'm going to call it Call of Honor.
Yeah, because at the time, everybody was copying different leagues. No one was copying ROH. Everyone was copying WWE, WCW, ECW, but no one did ROH. And I think I was at least I think I was the first to kind of do it. Instead of ROH, COH. And people have said, well, COH is an original. It's a copy of ROH. I'm like, no shit. That was the idea going in.
All right. So you made the YouTube channel. Did you do the YouTube channel first, or you made a Twitter or whatever? Or you started
YouTube.
You did the YouTube channel first?
The Twitter I didn't do until like several years later. Until like Twitter was really catching. I was like, all right, I'll join the Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you established the name. You did the YouTube. Did you get people from that YTC place, or you just say, "Hey guys, I'm looking for cause"?
Yes.
New cause. Who was like the first 10 or the first?
Steve.
Steve, because he was in YTC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because when I had a falling out with them, there was like a group of them, and they all didn't like me except Steve. He was like the only one. I was like, come on, he's still my friend and all that. So, and they were kind of mad at him for not being mad at me, but they didn't kick him up. But some of them were upset that we hate him, you should hate him too, in like kind of way. And they all have valid reasons to not like me because I like screwed up. Mm-hmm. So, but
nobody's perfect.
Yeah, but him, he didn't. He looked past all that. So
that's why I love Steve. Steve's amazing. After everything that happened with the whole Call All-Stars Day and whatnot and whatever, he understood me as a person. Like, this guy knows me as a person. You just know me through kayfabe. You know me as a person, and he was down. He was always down. That's why I like him. Good guy. So, who else outside of Steve?
Him, Justin Bateman, who's going to my Hall of Fame. Kevin, I don't know if you know Kevin Cross. Yes.
He's in XVPW.
Yeah, he's my friend. I introduced it to him. Yeah. Because we met in high school.
Humble dude. Very cool dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's like the Matt Seidel. He's just so
He's so late. Yeah, he's so
Right?
chill. I love Kevin. I told him about it one time. I was like, you should try doing some of this.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, all right. And then I introduced him to that. He did YLWA, which was a fed run by Alex Enterprise.
I think I know.
The Alex Enterprise.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
It was basically his take. It was kind of like Shakara.
Oh, okay.
Again, who does a Shakara ripoff? Nobody.
Who else?
Him.
When did Scott come in?
Scott, he came in 2013.
Oh, okay.
So it was like over a year later. He came in right before Sean and them came in.
Oh, okay.
They came in not too long after. But we're going from the first show. Nate, CWS Nate, he was in the first show. Stephen Copeland, he since retired.
Cash? How about Cash?
Cash, no, he came around the same time with Sean and them.
Okay, so that's 2013.
So yeah, in the beginning it was Zane LaFontaine, my friend Stu. He lives in Philly. Good for him and Steve are very close. Yeah, in the beginning I had a very small crew to work with.
Not the best.
Not the best roster I had.
No, but working together as a small crew.
Yeah, working together with those guys.
Done.
Yeah, we got a lot done. It was very fun, and over time more people came in slowly. Because I used to do a show, like one show every month, sometimes two. That was kind of my schedule.
That's how I would do it too.
And then that's how that was my schedule throughout 2011. At the end of 2012,
was this the 2008 Engine SmackDown versus Raw?
What game was it? Was it 2008?
Not 2K. It wasn't 2K.
No, it wasn't 2K. No. This was still
Armageddon.
This is still in Jackson. THQ was still making it.
Wow.
I can't remember what game it was. It's been so long. But let's see. 2013, I did one more house show. No, it's after Ultimate Glory 2 because we have a WrestleMania show at December, the last show of the year. And then 2013, I said maybe I should start doing a weekly type show, and that was Battleground.
Oh, okay.
Then we had a pilot episode. That's when Adam Canyon Phoenix came in. He lives in Secaucus.
Oh,
so he's right there, and he runs his own show, New Dawn Pro. Mm-hmm. He came on board, and then later at the first CPV, that's when we did the One Bully Nation angle. That's where Sean, Carol, Cash, and a handful of other guys came in too. Vaughn did a few appearances, and that was kind of the core. AJ came in right before, a little before that. Mm-hmm. But that's when, those guys did play a big role.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because they were my main core roster for the next several years.
Yeah, those guys, outside of I'm pretty sure they're really cool people.
I met them. Yeah. They're chill.
So, what editing software did you use? I mean, did you have a capture card?
I did. A pretty shitty one.
Was it an old school Elgato?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't crash. My boy got me an Elgato, and it worked on the Wii. But then I plugged it into my PlayStation. I'm like, why is it not reading? I was like, how am I supposed to do shows with this? So I learned through that. You can upload a PlayStation share, limited percentage. You can upload it to your Facebook, and you can download Facebook. All right, whatever. Then Facebook's up. I'm like, how am I supposed to do it now? Oh, you can upload it to YouTube now. All right, perfect. But man, capture card. I still wish I had a good capture card. I
know, me too. I had the little yellow, white, and red wires.
Yeah.
The old school crap. And this is when I had the 360. I was doing these shows.
You were doing 360?
Yeah, this was before I made the switch back to Sony PlayStation.
Wow.
I do miss my Xbox and miss my Halo. Because that was my high school right there.
So how was editing for you?
Looking back, I couldn't believe I went through all those steps because Windows Movie Maker, you can only do so much.
Yeah, before it crashed.
Yeah, you can't even add the logo in the corner. So I had another editing program. I think it was one of the early Adobe Premiere Pros. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do it in HD. The quality wasn't that great.
You never had a Mac? Or you had PC? Always PC?
I had a Mac.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the high quality.
Yeah, of course. But you're editing through Mac from 2009?
Yeah, since the beginning.
Damn, this is the PowerBook G2?
This is the very beginning. I felt like I had caveman technology.
Did you were you knowledgeable in editing? Did you graduate off, or you always knew how to edit video?
I knew how to edit from my YouTube wrestling shooting days.
Oh,
I just used that style and kind of put it into my call. And then sometimes I would even edit a bit of YTCW.
Oh,
which also helped, and then I start editing over time. You get better and better, and things are a lot more smoother. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, the PlayStation 4, they have built-in capture cards,
Yes.
which now makes the quality a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm. That's dope, man. How did it feel knowing that you're running your own show? Like, did you feel a lot of pressure? Did people tell you, hey, like, what was like? I guess to me, like 3 situations where like, you know what, fuck this, or like this was a mistake, or like, oh, tell me one where like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I like this. Like, everybody's cooperative. I thought I was gonna expect drama, or did you expect drama?
Oh, I expected drama, and we got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to have those people who want better, who want a better push, who want to be the champion, who want to beat this guy. I don't want to lose to this guy. I want to be partners with him, and then that party will cut promos, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it becomes a huge mess.
This is like the early days before the whole situation with them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always like that.
Yeah, it was always like that in some capacity.
Did you ever tell them? Did you ever tell them, hey, this is my show? Like, I just want to tell good stories. Not, I don't care about the pushes. Like, maybe you guys will get a push. I don't know. But I just want to tell good stories. You ever told them that?
Yeah, I tell them, and sometimes I try to tell them kindly if they're not ready for that spot.
Oh yeah.
And then of course you have those who never want to lose, and once they lose, they feel like they're being buried. They don't even know what that word means.
No, they don't.
But yeah, that's the kind of stuff I always deal with. You always have those people.
Yeah.
There's really no way around it. You're eventually going to run into someone who doesn't want to cooperate with you.
So were you a part of the original core group of the Call All Stars? Like, did they say, hey, we're thinking of doing this whole big unified grand show with everybody? We want you in.
I didn't join Call All Stars until 2012.
Oh, so it's already been established, Call All Stars.
Yeah, but I don't think Sean was running in the beginning. Someone else was, and then they eventually handed it over to Sean. So I don't really know I know they made a documentary video on the beginning of it. I
don't watch it.
So I don't know the story.
No offense to you guys. No, but yeah, this I didn't watch it. I didn't know it was a thing. But yeah.
But eventually, due to OB and stuff, I started talking to those guys more, and then I got more involved in CAS.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Call All Stars, I was never part of their booking committee. I never booked the show. I would record a match or two, but that was it.
Yeah.
I never made any booking plans. Who's going over? Who's going to win? That's all on them. Because I had too much shit on my plate.
Yeah, because you did COH that. Then I think there was another show. Well, so the way I know about your show is through Cash. Then the whole call. I was in a group.
Call shoot.
Yes, call shoot. Then I learned about that. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I thought, here I am thinking, oh, I'm original. And like, oh, you guys been doing this as well. Cool. So I was watching it. So when I used to work on the fields at the daycare, I would put on Slam. I would watch that like every day. Like literally. I would like legit watch your show. Not to steal a poached talent, is because I was always interested.
You're gonna get ideas from other people.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Some people call it stealing. Cool. At least they're going to steal from the best.
Exactly. So I was watching
another
a lot.
issue with Call too. You're going to run into those people. Oh, you copy from me. You're stealing from my stuff. And
so when did you first realize that whole drama with Call All Stars?
Was it David Rivera? No, I think my first big encounter with him was an anniversary show. And Stefan Guerrero beat Fisk.
Stefan is actually a recent new talent you signed during that time.
Yeah, this is the mid 2010s, 2015, 2016.
Yeah, because he's outside of him and Ben Hopkins. Ben was making a lot of noise. I'm like, why is this guy getting so much push? I understood why, but in my head, I'm like, but he's not all that. But I understand, whatever. Then Stefan, I'm like, now that's a guy. He knows how to get heat on himself. Outside of his whole past, whatever, I don't care. That's his own personal thing. But the way he was cutting his promos, I'm like, this guy's a threat. Because then again, you guys have, promos, but then this guy knew how to do a promo. So I'm thinking this guy's going to get a huge push. And yeah, so they continue.
But yeah, it was Stefan. He beat Fisk. Fisk is one of their guys, and they did not like that because they never liked Stefan. I think it had something to do with his opinions on Tony Storm. I can't remember what he said. You have to ask him how that happened. But ever since that incident, they never liked him. Every time they hear his promos, oh, he's copying this. I mean, he's copying like some MMA fighters and some UFC, and it's like,
I'm like,
all right, he gets his styles, okay. Does that bother you that much? You're gonna lose sleep at night over this shit? And then when I eventually told them, I'm gonna want to eventually put the belt on this guy.
Yeah, because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and they're like, really? Over this guy? Over Ben? Over John? Over blah 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 blah? And that was shit I just had to deal with for like the next couple years until it finally just
years. This was years booking, and you're putting it. Wow.
Until it just finally blew up.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, what are your thoughts on booking? Like, what are your, like, how do you book? How does Travis Sparks book? If I like you, you have good work ethic, sure.
Yeah, it also depends on your involvement in the show, how often you cut promos. I'm not saying you need to cut a promo every single show.
Yeah.
Because you want to be careful where you don't get overexposed to the point people get tired of you, get annoyed.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not good.
Yeah.
I tell people, keep it short. Don't just say 5 minutes of nothing. Even if it's just 30 seconds, make it count.
Wait, okay. Since you said that, M showed me a video of this guy who cut like a 20-minute promo.
Is it Peter Gilmore?
All right. Yeah. So he knows what I'm talking about. Why did you let that air in your show?
Because it's Peter Gilmore. I knew he was not going anywhere.
But you had a 20-minute promo.
Well, this wasn't on my show. I used to do Video Wires. I ring them out with the
Yes.
So Video Wires is really no rules.
Okay.
Go as long as you want, and Peter, he just kept talking.
When I tell you, it was me, my girl, that I'm still with till this day. Guys, if you're watching and whatnot. So I think this is M's first day of shooting with me for XVPW. And we're just talking about COH and all that stuff. And my girl is there, and I'm like, I want you guys to watch this. This is really good. I'm like, all right, M, this better be good. When I tell you, the look on my girl's face. And I'm like, this is why I fucking hate these fucking call guys. So like, what the fuck, Max? And I did not hear the end of it. And I'm like, M, what the fuck was that? In the 10-minute mark, I thought this guy's gonna get like one guy's gonna punch him in the face out of nowhere. Oh, that made it perfect. But no, this guy just kept on talking and talking and talking, and I'm like, and I'm like, see, this is why I don't get on you guys' show, but sometimes I do get on your guys' show because why did Travis? He's the owner. Why did this guy let them talk for so long? And here I'm talking about YouTube algorithms and all that shit. I didn't care. It was just like he said, it was just a Peter Gilmore promo.
And Peter, he goes to a lot of he lives in New York or Jersey. I don't know. He lives.
I think I seen him at one.
He goes to a lot of the ROH shows. I'm
yes.
pretty sure he goes to indie shows in between.
Yeah.
He's an alright guy.
He's cool.
He's a troll.
Yeah.
He trolls a lot on the internet.
Yeah. I troll too sometimes.
Plus, you gotta realize I was like 19 at the time.
Yes,
I was just a kid. This is like a learning experience for me. And people always like judge. You should do all this. I was like, yeah. I was like, I wasn't even old enough. I was barely old enough to vote.
Yeah.
It was a learning experience. You learn a lot doing this.
I think people mistake that a lot, especially in CAW. Is one, people do this for fun, and when you're producing and whatnot, you're still you're still learning at the age of 20. In your 20s, you're still learning, People make mistakes. People fuck up in 20s, man. 30s, sometimes. Mid-30s, you should take it easy, But, yeah,
well,
man.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah, Especially when you're signing people and... I don't know. CAW is just so weird. Like, the more I think about CAW, the more I realize, like, man, this is a weird community, but it's fun. But it's also weird because you're a wrestler, but you have to think as a wrestler, but then you just think of yourself as a producer. You think of yourself as, now I'm dealing with, like, I'm 37, and I have people in my show who are in their mid-20s. So I think one of them is like 19 or something. And I'm like, if Vince, and you hear the story about Vince and how people think that he's a father figure sometimes. I'm like, am I going to be that guy? Do I have to educate people? Like, do I have to school certain people on what they have to say and what not to say? Like, I feel that sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah,
I see
you
myself
do.
giving people talks.
You do.
So like I told him, yo, I signed you. You need to chill sometimes, man, before like I have to cut you off my show or whatnot, you know?
Yeah, you need to have those talks. That's part of the.
It's
That's just
weird.
part of the experience.
It's weird, yo. Did you ever give a talk?
Hey, Gilmore. Gilmore's like 40. I would think he'd be leading by example. He's the oldest guy here.
Oh my god. You ever had a person that came to you say, Travis, don't sign this person, but you still signed them anyway?
Yeah.
Who?
I can't remember who, but a lot of those convos came from Sean and them
Yeah.
at the sign center. In some cases they're right. In other cases, damn, it's been so long. Who was this one kid I signed? I didn't really do much background check on him, but then I went on his Facebook, and he would have pictures on like of a book he's reading called How to Make a Bomb.
Oh my god.
And then he would have like torture weapon tools. And it's like, what the fuck? I was like, damn it. This kid wasn't weird. I could have made him my Sandman.
Were you at 19 at the time too, or not?
Oh,
You were
no,
at 20?
this was just a couple years ago.
Oh my god. I never had a situation like that. I recently had a situation where I signed this guy, and he made it, and he was so happy. And I know him because he's an indie wrestler. Well, about to be an indie wrestler in House of Glory, and that's Master Peace Fed, right? And I'm just like, this guy's cool. I like him, and he knows 2 people who I signed, also from House of Glory. And I'm like, posted it. He's on Twitter. Next thing you know, some guy tweeted, XVPW signing racist now? And I'm like, wait, what? What? And I found out who, and I'm like, oh, well, luckily the guy warned me, you know, about it. I'm like, all right. But I'm like, this guy is in Masterpiece Fed. He's a white dude, and he's known as a racist. I'm like, but this guy has like a lot of friends and all that stuff. I'm like, whatever. So now I'm just like, okay, whatever. It didn't bother me, but I'm like, well, clearly it's that whole, you may know him because of whatever he said. I'm pretty sure he didn't really mean it. To, okay, well, what do I do now? This guy earned my trust. I trust him. He warned me about it. Okay, now I have to deal with it and see what happens. So it's just like, all right. So that's one of the situations where I'm like, okay, well, there you go.
Have you fired someone over just them being annoying, or they just kept breaking the rules, or?
I have yet to have somebody who really broke rules.
But you have released people over, like, whether you had nothing for them. Like you release people on good terms.
Yes. But I never told them they're released. I told them, hey, whenever you want to come back, you let me know.
Oh. That's a nice way.
Smokey.
Oh, yeah, Smokey.
Smokey is one of them. I told him, yo, you MIA'd me for God knows how long. But I kept accepting it back. And it's past. I was like, yo, don't sign Smokey. Whatever situation he has. I'm like, this guy's been very good to me as a person. Him and I talked. But there are times where he ghosted me. And I'm like, I don't know why he's ghosting me. I said, hey, I need a promo. Months later, hey, how you doing? Just want to know, see how you're doing. I'm that guy who says, hey, how are you doing? Let's chat before I ask for a promo. Besides saying, hey, I need promo now. Give me. You know? But I'm very understanding. But this guy ghosted me. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what he's doing now. Smokey, what's up? But yeah, I always told him, yo, whenever you feel better, my doors are open to you.
Smokey's a guy who definitely takes himself serious. He's very protective
of his gimmick. Yes, very.
I think he's too protective. You mentioned, I was telling you, there are guys who just don't like to lose. Smokey being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when he lost this one match for me against Stefan, he was like, I'm done, I quit. And then he just quit.
Do you ever tell them, hey, you're going to lose this one? Or you wait, or you tell them to watch the show?
It depends the situation.
That's what I do.
Like, if me and the talent, we booked the show, we booked their angles together, then they know what's going to happen going in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a new guy, I'm not going to tell you you're going to win or lose. I tell you just watch the show.
Yeah.
Because you're new. I don't need to put you in any angles because you're new.
Yeah.
Right now, we just keep you on just so people get used to seeing you before we start taking off the wheels, and then you're riding your two wheel bike.
Yeah, that's how certain terms I am, especially if it's a surprise. All right, But then I tell them, if I see somebody, if I know they're going to be my champion, outside of winning, okay, this is how I'll do it. Travis, you're winning the belt. Okay, cool. I don't know how long you're going to hold it, but how are you going to lose? That's our conversation. How are you going to lose? How do you want to lose? Mm-hmm. Then when that time ever comes, hey, this is what we agreed on, blah, blah, blah. But in my head, like, okay, you're going to keep it. You're going to keep the belt for a couple, months. Months, episodes. Then I write down, okay, how are you going to lose it? Then, yeah. But, yeah, that's how I am with certain champions.
Does your talent get to choose who they want to drop the belt to? Or is that your choice? Like, I want to drop this guy, and you say, no, I want you to lose it to this guy.
I'll ask them why, but then I already have a person who I want to push. But if they say, I think this guy really wants it. At the end of the day, I make the decision. But I always love hearing other people's opinions and how they want to. Like, for example, M. I already know that M, you're going to take this title off this so-and-so person. Perfect. And he was cool with it. The champ was cool with it, too. Mm-hmm. Because not only that, but booking-wise, it made sense. And it made my life easier because so-and-so and so-and-so live right there. We can film dope segments. In my head, I'm thinking of the producing of it already. Mm-hmm. Outside of, okay, it's a belt. But I want to take this opportunity, that fact that these guys live very close together. Let's make it happen. And yeah, that's how we did it. Then I told M, same thing. I told him, like, okay, you're winning it. How do you want to lose it? Then, yeah. Then he said, okay, I want to lose it to a guy who really, really needs it and deserves it. But it's still going to be a hot potato with the championship. So, but yeah, it's like this whole booking of universal booking is like, okay, you want something that pleases the audience. If they ever watch a show, you want something that pleases the locker room. You want people that makes you, at the end of the day, you made it happen. You booked it, blah, blah, blah. It was a group effort. It's like, damn, I hate it. Cause I want to make everybody happy, but it's hard to.
That's the thing. You can't make
everybody happy.
Because if one guy gets to say what he wants to do, then they're all going to want to say what they want to do.
Yeah.
And that shit may interfere with your plans, their plans, and it just could be one big mess. But, again, that's something you learn when you're a booker and something you just have to avoid.
What did you learn from producing all those COHs and all that stuff? Anything that you learned or you still use to this day, or?
What do you mean, editing wise or booking wise?
Anything.
Well, I guess this question could relate to you as well. Do you use cutscenes?
What type of cutscenes?
For your matches, just to show like a spot from a different angle.
Yeah.
Do you feel that should be mandatory for all COD leagues to do?
Okay. The fact that I'm starting streaming now, it's really interesting. I wanted to stand out a lot from you guys' shows, COH, Eldorado, Call All Stars. And when I saw a certain show, I'm like, what the hell is this? How did they pull it off? That's the only way I can be different outside of using green screen. I'm like, I have to do HLR. I have to. I can't, like, the minute I learn it, I can't go back.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that I'm a streamer, it was less of a hassle for me to do and produce shows because that's my way of just taking the time of editing, start streaming. My God, Zordon's calling me. And just let the AI versus AI have its fun.
You do AI versus AI matches. For
streaming Fridays, yes. AI versus AI. I let the computer do what the hell they want. I fix the sliders a little bit. Make sure everybody's not a 99% or 100% overall. I'll mess with their attributes a little bit. I'll mess with their personalities. And I'll fix their sliders. They do better matches than fucking I would do.
They do sometimes mess with their movesets too.
Yeah. I don't want. So that's what I do, and whatnot. Now, is it mandatory? No. I feel like everybody has a way to produce their own show and make it fun. But how are you able to stand out from other different shows? That's where it matters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like your show.
I like yours too. I mean, you're not the first I've seen do green screen. David, YTCW, he used to do it again. He did it maybe like a handful of times, but he
Yeah.
fucking ruins his show. So. But
Yeah.
you've made it your style, your
Yes.
approach. So when people watch your shows, they expect that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always liked that. I watch. I think it was you did an in-ring segment with M and someone else.
And Wolf King doing contract
The contract signing, because you had M in his car,
Yeah.
wearing the same clothes,
Dressed as a car,
and then you actually see him. I was like, oh shit, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Is it because I wanted to? My job at XVPW is I want to make this as real as possible, where you don't think that you're watching a car show, even though it is a car show. I want to take that out of you and make sure that you guys are watching a legit show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of people got out of it. The fact that you said he looks exactly like his fucking car. What the fuck? You know, I like that.
Because Ray uses green screen too for his shows.
Yes.
But you do live action.
Yes.
And that's what makes your green screen different from his, and even RPJ's El Dorado.
When me and Ray, we always do. It's funny. Behind the scenes, guys, me and Ray are very close, and we always try to one-up each other. We always do. We always try to, yo, Ray, check this out. Fuck. All right. Check my... Damn it, Ray. You have a fucking tractor. I can beat that. You have a fucking tractor in your thing. You did a buried alive match.
You did a buried alive match? You did a scaffold match? What the fuck?
Yeah. And what's crazy is there's so many shows that does his type of style, but nobody don't know who he is, but he's been doing it for so long that I want him to get noticed. But the fact that Ray told me, I'm not doing this to get noticed, I'm just doing this to have fun, I'm like, and that's where I respect you. Mm-hmm. But in my head, Ray is probably the freaking Terry Funk of green screen and highlights. I even tell him, yo, guys, check out this fucking channel.
And he makes tutorial videos too. I'd be watching.
Yes. It's crazy.
Sometimes I wonder, like, damn, how would Ray do this?
Yeah. But yeah, I love Ray, man. Ray's one of the, if anything, one of the pioneers of this fucking thing. And he been a fan of mine since my first episode, I believe. But yeah, man, that's crazy. What do you think of Ray? How do you think?
I love Ray. We've had our issues in the past. It was overbooking, but deep down, we never hated each other. We may have acted like we hate each other, but deep down, I never hated Ray.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just unfortunate that, we had our, things happen the way they did.
But now he was in The Last Dance.
Yeah, he's going to be part of the show.
See, exactly. It's crazy. It's like, come on, guys. We can all get along. Yeah. It's like crazy, All right, so when you heard about XVPW, that whole promo thing, right? And everybody told you to hate me. How did it happen? I always wanted to know. Nobody told me or anything. Like, what was your impressions when you found out about that? Yo, don't like XVPW.
I was like, well, this guy's got an ego to him. Okay. I respect that. At the same time, I'm a little annoyed. I don't know. I have no reason to be annoyed. I think it was just a thing when somebody says they're better than everyone else. It
lights a spark.
It lights a spark. It's almost like a kick in the balls, especially with those guys. Like, you just make a promo saying, "Oh yeah, we got more All-Stars than CAS." Oh my god! So you just started a nuclear war.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they feel about you now. I'm pretty sure nothing's changed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Have they messaged? Have you talked to them at all?
No.
Recently? None of them?
Nope. Sean did a post on Twitter. Was it Twitter? Well, it was two places. I think it was Call Shoot and Twitter, and they thought I wasn't part of the group. And I'm like, oh, what's this? What's this? Then it was like a trolling, because I troll on. I don't really like hardcore troll, but if I see something in AEW, I'll voice it out. I'm pretty sure they're all AEW guys.
Yes. And I've had my arguments with them.
I'm pretty sure. So I saw the tweet. I just randomly, because I was very active on Twitter now. So I was like, all right, I'm going to type in XVPW and see what happens. Boom, I saw this. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to let that slide. So what's the best way to do it? I'm going to air it out on my show. And lo and behold, I found it. I aired it out on my show. I guess they got kind of salty about it. Sean blocked me. All right.
Oh, Jesus.
But, and again, this is coming from me. I don't hate Sean, but I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that material. Then there was another situation where a guy from Call Shoot, I won't mention his name, still protecting him because I'm not a rat. I want not, hey, yo, they're talking about you. And I'm like, Who's talking about me? I didn't do nothing, you know. And next thing you know, boom, more material for me to use, you know. And I aired it out on my show because I like it. It gets me heat. I'll use whatever to get me heat. I'll use whatever, you know.
So you're one of those controversy creates cash type of.
I'm a very Eric Bischoff, and I think that's one thing. You brought it up. I'm one of those guys who's very knowledgeable in wrestling. I mean, outside of watching your shows, I don't. I watch Raw, SmackDown, AEW. I put up it's like back noise, but I listen to a lot of podcasts and I read certain stuff like on like pages of books and whatnot. So I learned a lot from Heyman, Bischoff, Cornette, you know, all the old school guys to make sure they don't make the same. I don't make the same mistakes as they do, even though it's call. But I'm like, how can you use this? And the whole controversy makes cash. Yes, yes, you know. And I learned a lot from their booking, especially how Vince McMahon. I understand. I understand why Vince McMahon does not tweet because look what Tony Khan's doing right now, tweeting a lot.
And on top of that, he's like 76 years old.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, Twitter is way past his era.
I feel like if I ever let out whatever I air out on Twitter, I'm gonna get like a huge freaking of a thread, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to delete this. But when it gets crazy, now I have to delete it. But like, damn, that's a lot of good stuff I said, you know. So I figured, you know what? I just keep things in my head, and I'll express whatever I got expressed through my show, you know. An example, you're gonna love this. So I have a guy named Zulite, right? He told me, hey, he asked my permission, which is weird. He asked me, hey, can I know I'm like XVPW exclusive, but can I join another league? He's like, yeah, go ahead, what the fuck? So he joined this New Era, right? New Era Wrestling. It's a weekly show that this guy Rod Roman owns. Shout out to Rob. So he had this briefcase, which is a Money in the Bank briefcase type of thing, right? And he has yet to cash it in. His guy's been holding it for God knows how long. And he's about to quit New Era because they don't know how to book him, quote unquote. From what he told me. So I told him, hey, you know Lunder Blaze, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, can I? I'm like, do it. So he took the New Era briefcase. He puts it in the freaking trash can. He aired it out on my show. Boy, I got so much heat. A lot of it. But I got a lot of views out of it. You know, was it worth it? Yes. Was it worth losing a friendship over Rob and whatnot? Maybe and whatnot. But I enjoyed it. I liked it. Behind the scenes is I told Rob, I'm gonna air this out, but I just want to make sure you know that I'm doing it. We're boys, so out of my respect for you, I'm letting you know right now I'm gonna air this video. I showed him the clip before I aired it out. Mm-hmm. You know. I told him, one, we can work on an angle on it if you really want to. I feel like it'll get a lot of, you know, it'll get an interesting story out of it. Rob and Zula, they pieced it out. They talked and everything. I don't know if they really pieced it out, but I know they talked. So I'm just like, all right. But I told Zula, at the end, Zula, they're not going to care about what you did. They're going to care about me because I aired that footage out. You know? And yeah. Did that ever happen to you?
My first show.
Yeah?
Era of Honor begins. I had this guy named The Wiz. He was a YTCW US champion.
Yeah.
He quit there once I got fired from there. He kind of quit, you know, protest for me. Mm-hmm. And the very first show, I told him, you're still their US champion, technically. He says, yeah. I said, why don't you throw him in the garbage? And that's what we did the very first show.
Yeah.
And then David, his response, he acted like that never happened. And then when he did a new show, he had Wiz just come on, lose a squash match for the belt, and never seen again.
That's crazy. What's crazy is that when that scenario is, people are always gonna piece it. Like, give it a year or two, y'all gonna talk on Facebook, y'all talk on Messenger. You're gonna laugh about the end. You know,
it depends.
That's how I believe. I mean, I don't know.
And it's also an ego thing. You know, who's gonna message who first?
Yes, that is true. Who is going to?
Or are you going to reach out? You know, or are they?
I lost within that segment alone. I lost a faction that I was supposed to build, but I gained back. I lost 4 people who I was supposed to work with, really cool people. I gained back 5 people, and I think that's when I signed Brian Pillman Jr. during that time, and I signed Christopher Daniels. Then one of the guys who left because of that segment came back, and him and I are really good friends. And that was probably like a year later after that episode aired. And I'm like, and I'm cool with the others. I'm still cool with the others who left because of that segment alone. Because the story is, I technically trashed their Fred. Rob Roman was a guy who was friends with 3 people within that group who I signed. So say, hey, I don't like what happened, blah blah blah. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm like, all right. I'm not gonna chase you back. I'm not the type of person to chase you back, but I understand. That's your boy's Fred. I disrespected his briefcase. I let it air it out. But y'all don't know the backstory behind it. Technically you do. Maybe some person lied, I don't know. But it's crazy. I mean, that's how it is, man. Just posses, egos. I don't know.
Yeah. It all comes in the wrestling business.
It is. You're dealing with a heavy sausage party. A lot of testosterone, a lot of egos. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy.
And it can get stressful. That's really what happened with me in the end. It was just too much on me.
Yeah, that scenario of the whole call start saying all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot. You gotta realize I've been doing it at this point for like 9 years straight. I never had any breaks.
Yeah.
I never took like a month or 2 off.
Even though you say you are, I've been in that scenario. After this show done, I'm taking a fucking month break. Nope. Next day, okay. What's the next booking for this person?
That's how it is. And then like when that.
What was your breaking point?
It was Hell's Pals. It was the last CPV before the infamous slam where AJ and Carol lost.
Yeah.
They were mad that Steve won.
Even though they said that y'all talked amongst yourselves that Steve.
Even though that me, Steve, and Kevin, we booked it, they were mad because they didn't know about it. They wanted to be in on everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, Steve's already won the title. Why is he winning it again? He's already established. Put over a new guy. They really wanted Kevin to win. And Kevin was going to win. Just not at that show. He was going to win at the CPV after, but they were impatient. And I just said, I fucking had enough of these guys.
Well, don't you think like they were so invested in the story?
They were too invested.
They were too invested? I mean, like, if they're invested in your stuff, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah. I knew I was doing something right for them to constantly complain about every little thing that goes wrong.
Yeah. But why unlist all the videos?
So they can't use it. For whatever little.
Oh, that's why. I thought you unlisted it out of spite. But it makes sense because they don't want to use the... Yeah.
It was out of spite, too. In the case, you can make that argument, but I said, you know what? Because I see the Hall of Fame, I say, well, they don't make any video packages to promote these fucking guys. So how the hell you know who any of these people are? Unless you follow them.
Yes, that's true.
And they inducted Alec. Because originally, when Goonie was going into their Hall of Fame, I was going to make a video package for it.
Yeah.
Just so people like have an idea of who this guy is, what he's done. Like a little 2-minute package. Something. But then the fall happened, I said, fuck that, I ain't making it. I said, I'm sorry, Goonie. I did my Hall of Fame speech for him at their show. I already had a falling out with him at that point, but I did it for him. That's
so interesting. That's respect. So was it hard to click each show and make it unlisted?
Yeah.
I can only imagine you.
I think there was a way I could just like highlight
so like all
and just put it all unlisted. I found that out like much later. Like fuck. I said there's gotta be a fucking easier way to do this.
So all right. So tell me how did that day go for you when you unlisted everything? Did you get like a bunch of messages? Did you get out of Facebook? Like I can only imagine the messages that you got.
Well, as soon as I put that show out, 10 minutes. Like, people already start messaging me. I quit. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. If you bring it back, they'll put me on the show. How dare you do this to AJ? How dare you do this to them? They've been so nice to you. They've been so great. And that was my whole night. And the only person I knew that all that was happening going into the show was Steve. And he knew. He says, like, once you put this out, that's it. You're done. Mm-hmm. Everyone, whatever little, like, you're going to kill all your credibility and all that. I told him, like, I don't care anymore. It's just fucking call. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've been doing this for so long. I just need a break. And honestly, I don't give a shit. Let them hate me.
Yeah.
They'll finally move on with their lives.
That's true.
Let all that shit go to Sean. Let him deal with this. And that's what happened.
How do you feel about Sean? I heard that I think he posted a video or something that this is his last or something, like this is his last season.
I don't really pay attention. I did see a video of him saying like he's doing his last season of AWF, but each season of his takes up like 3 or 4 years.
Mm.
Well, because he does a lot. He does do a lot. He does this and call All Stars.
Yeah.
It's a lot on his plate.
One thing I learned throughout probably all of this, not our conversation, but through Claw, especially this whole EFED CAW thing, is nobody really stays retired. They always find a way to come back.
Well, that's just the business and the entertainment business in general.
Yes.
An actor can say, "I'm never playing this character ever again."
Yeah.
Sean Connery, after he did Diamonds Are Forever, I'm done with James Bond. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Get someone else.
How many rappers I hear saying that they're gonna retire? They're not gonna retire. How many times did Jay-Z retire? How many blueprints are there?
How many times did Terry Funk retire? How many times did these guys go on their final tours?
Oh, Hall of Fame. Yeah, but I'm not retired. I feel like nobody in the end. There's this thing that like this EFED promo leagues where they don't do 2K stuff. They just cut promos, and I believe like 3 people say that they're retired. No man, they're back like in like 2 weeks. Wait, who that football? Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady, exactly. He's back.
All right. So what made you come back?
You get the bug.
What made you come back to doing this show? What on The Last Dance?
Oh well, that's a Jamco question. Let's just say.
I mean, this is gonna air in July, so
yeah,
it happened already, guys.
After a year after I did what I did, deep down in me, I did still have that bug. I want to make another show. But
was it because of the 2K22 game that came out? That everybody's like just playing it?
No, not necessarily. It was just a habit. You gotta remember, 9 years. This is what I was doing. This is all I was doing, and it's like now that's gone. It's like, well, fuck. Now that's an empty void.
But you did the podcast thing, don't you?
Yeah, it was fun.
It's still going on? I don't know.
Well, I'm not doing it with Anthony anymore because of his wrestling career.
Yeah.
And I guess he doesn't want that to hinder his.
Yeah.
So all those episodes, everything I did with him is on unlisted as well, or he removed them. I don't know if he still has them saved somewhere, but he just for the time being took them down, and I don't know when he's gonna put them back up.
Do you ever want to get to podcasting? At the end of the day,
it's his show. I was just a guest.
Did you ever want to do podcasting?
Not necessarily. At least not in the beginning, but then it was a lot of fun doing it. And eventually I got Steve on board. I was like, "You want to do a hard podcast?" He's like, "All right." And he's not really a big movie guy.
He isn't.
So all the facts, I used to have to just throw him all the little information towards his way.
Y'all should just do watch-alongs. I'll say, hey, let's watch this.
We did discuss that. I said we should do a watch-along of Batman and Robin. Because I know me and him will have a lot to say about that.
Oh, man. You should have me on for that one. So, you said you got the itch back.
And then, there was more to that. And then Steve would always talk to me. You should do another show. Because let's just say he's not
done. I feel like Steve got like 10 years in him.
Yeah.
5, even probably 20 years. Because he's not really in action. I think he just loves this.
He does, yeah. Because he's been doing it longer than me. He's been doing it since 2008. Okay, he may have like a year ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
And he even had his own fed for a bit, SWA.
Yeah.
Which should still, which is on YouTube. And he kind of puts that down a lot. I was like, Steve, you were good. It's good. You had a good show, especially for its time. Mm-hmm. I mean, now maybe a bit dated because of what everybody else is doing compared to him was just very simple. I said, but Steve, you had a good show. I love the way you did your matches. Yeah. I still think you did it better than me when it comes to the storytelling of your matches. And he was the one I said, you should really do another COH show. Do a one-night stand like ECW. And I was like, I don't know. I got to get people to do it. And I don't think anyone's going to do it because they're mad.
How many people said yes?
I was surprised how many people jumped on board.
Yeah.
I think the biggest surprise for me was Nitro.
Yeah.
Because he was one of those that said, like, don't book me anymore.
How did you message him and say, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm doing another reunion type show. If you're not interested, just tell me you're not interested. Yeah. But I just thought I'd at least come and ask since you've done a lot for me. And I hope, everything's going well with you. And that's that. And he says, I'll do it. I was like, oh, wow.
That's cool.
I was surprised.
Yeah, man.
I can't tell you everything who's on the show.
No.
But a lot of people did say yes.
That's cool. Because you're a big part, especially in that era. Yeah, man.
Because I played a big role in a lot of these guys' careers.
Yeah.
Look at John Blackos.
That's like
they threw every world title tournament
Can you imagine how Paul Heyman felt when he said he's jumping on board and ECW's done? Like, sorry guys, but hey, Tommy Dreamer wanted to kill this guy.
I know. That's a scary story.
And look what happened. They're probably boys.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All it took was one phone call from JR. It stopped it.
Yeah. Guys, if you don't know that, that's what happened. Like, legit. Like, that's... Yeah. All right, so... That's cool that you brought it back. Now, let's talk about XVPW. When I messaged you... I think you and I did on and off messaging. Mm-hmm. I think between Travis and I, we're probably the worst in communication. We'll message each other once in the blue. Sometimes I ask him how's he doing. Hey, what's up? But I popped the question of the whole general manager thing. What made you say yes?
When you asked me, Nate from CWS asked me maybe a few days prior about wanting to come to CWS to do my same shtick I used to do several years ago. Uh-huh. And at this point, I was done. I was done with Call. Yeah. And I was like, oh man. I was like, well, if I want to get my name back out there, if I'm, diving head first back into doing this again, I'm going to have to maybe go to other places just so people remember who I am.
Who the fuck you are, yeah.
So Nate, I was like, all right, Nate, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm in. You got me. And then I said to Sabian, say, no one's going to expect me in XVPW. That's going to really be like, what? He's going there? Oh, he's desperate. Call it desperate. I don't give a shit. I'm here to have fun again.
That's what's up, man. I respected that. Literally, the buzz in my head, how can I kick off Best Effing Show, Season 3? The show that made XVPW what it is. I'm bringing the season back. Quote, quote, the show back. It was never done. I just needed a new season, but majority of my guys, COVID happened. They don't want to film no more. Okay, guys, well, we had a best season 2. I was legit about to film. COVID happened. Some people didn't, Then within COVID, 2 years of freaking COVID, people aren't comfortable. Then they're tired. People grew. Adulting happened. Everybody has responsibilities. So I'm like, shit, I still have all this damn, stars. All right, I'll make a new show. XMW, Extreme Nonstop Wrestling. I did a couple of One Night Delights. But damn, everybody loved the Best Effing Show. And I was, quote unquote, retired. Not really. I wanted to do more stories to my character. All right. It's time to bring back Best Effing Show. Then how do I do that? So I got some old guys, and I already wrote down a story about how to make it more interesting. I need a general manager. My general manager doesn't want to do it no more. We're still cool. Don't get it wrong, guys. People didn't leave XVPW. They just grew out of it because it was technically our hobbies of ours. They didn't take it serious. They take it serious as much as I did. So I'm like, oh, Travis. I literally just thought of it general manager Travis. What are the chances of him saying yes? He's like, yes. Fuck yeah. Because I was cool with M. And I told M, because if you guys want to know, I'm very close with M Accuracy, Steven. And I told him, after listening to the Jam Co episode, me and Travis has a lot in common. Then, he's talking about, then everybody's told me that, Travis is cool. I never got a chance to talk to Travis. But then here we are. In my house, in the Poconos. What were you thinking when you were driving down here?
I was a little nervous, oh man, I wish I had Steve with me. I need an adult with me.
Yeah, man.
I always get a little shy about meeting someone for the first time.
Yeah?
That's in Call, yeah.
Yeah, especially. That's how I was with Aether. I don't know what happened between me and Aether Adamisk. We filmed once, and next thing you know, this guy on and off talked to me, then ghosted me. I never talked to him ever again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I know he's probably a Ryan Paul's guy. He's very close with
he's very close with him.
Maybe him and Ryan probably talk and say, yo, don't go to XVPW.
That would not surprise me.
I feel like
that's exactly what happened.
That's their bread and butter. That's their John Cena. That's their...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's... We filmed so much. I'm like, okay, dude, I just need this promo. Here's the debut match. Ghosted me. I don't know. How is it? You ever you cool with XCW, Ryan Paul?
We haven't talked since the
Yeah, that incident. Damn.
because he sided with them.
Yo, he not approves all my stuff that I post
I know.
on W2K.
He's like one of your biggest enemies. It feels like.
Like this guy's the admin of every W2K 22 groups.
Yep.
I can't promote nothing. Even if it's a hello, how you guys doing? Happy Easter. Denied. What? What did I do?
He knows I'm an atheist.
I do not know nothing. Yo, and he's the one that got me into certain groups. Him and I talk. I do not know what happened. Like, maybe it's that situation. I do not know. I do not know. Like, what did I do to piss this guy off? I don't know.
I don't know. I think probably just him being around those guys. I don't know. They influenced him, or if you've always felt that way about you. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, if there's anything I regret, is maybe not going too hard on being that misfit toy that wants to get known. Maybe I should have done less trolling with the memes. You know, like I admit that's where I felt I burned a lot of bridges with a lot of people. And maybe I'm now trying to make up for it, you know? Mm-hmm. But I do whatever I can to stand out, which worked. I mean, a shout out to my mentality of XVPW. Like, I never really collaborated with a lot of people till this year and last year. And I've been in the game for 5 years already. And I've been doing everything by myself. So the fact that I'm now working with different promotions, different social medias, different content, like, you know, from podcasters, like XVPW is not just the cause of, you know, create a wrestler. I work with so much independent wrestlers, you know, other basically content creators at this point. And I feel that's what I've been really like, that's my draw. But now working with other promoters, you know.
You haven't done a super show yet with another promotion, have you?
I always wanted to. I was waiting to get that invite to call All Stars. And I say, hey, if you put me in, I'll do a HLR match for you guys. I'll make it the best HLR match ever. You know? Mm-hmm. I was waiting for that invite. And then when I found out that they're doing one without me, I'm like, that's what, should I make a meme? Should I do one?
Do it.
You know, I want to say, call XVPW presents taking it to the All Stars or something like that.
I know Nate wanted to do like his own version of Call Stars. Call it like All Stars of Call.
Like we do. XVPW does have a big Armenia show, but a collaborative show with working with different. Like, you know, I've always wanted to do that. It'd been dope. You know, I don't know. It's something that would have been interesting to do.
Why don't you have lights?
Oh, well, looks like my mom's on the podcast now. Mm-hmm. We're recording a podcast.
You can tell.
It's fine, Ma. Shout out to my mom, y'all. But yeah, I guess we can end it off here, man. It was a nice chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Max, make sandwich for Travis.
But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this Call of Honor podcast version of, well, I don't know. Well,
thank you for having me on, my guy.
It was fun. Random, spontaneous.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, very last minute. Let's record.
Yeah, let's record. Let's just have fun with this. We're talking anyway. All right. Do any plugins? It's July.
It's July. If it better be out. The Last Dance is on YouTube. YouTube.com/COH Network.
I'll put on the description down below.
I don't know what's going to be next after that. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that show, and if COH will continue to live on, or just a flash in a pan.
Most definitely, and yeah, Travis has been doing amazing as general manager of XVPW.
You might have sound effect.
Oh yeah, but yeah, shout out to my new general manager of XVPW, Travis. Amazing work, by the way.
Thank you.
This is the future, even though it's recording in April. All right, man. Peace.